Vavra Daniel. Look at him, huh? Like only when you look at the picture, it's like beast. He's kind of like my hairstylist. Like when I go to have a shave, this is how my hairstylist looks like, huh? Like Jack Murphy without the cocketing scandal. Like before that, when you looked at Jack Murphy, it's like, oh, this is a masculine man. And then you find out. But like with him, we haven't found out. So like, no, like he is legit. Now, the whole reason that I'm saying he is based, because back then, came like a child. Like there was an army of journalists at his gates. And all the journalists were craving the African American. But not just any African American, the virtual one, the fictional one. They were like, Daniel, we like your game, but where are the African Americans, Daniel? Where are they? Where are you hiding them, Daniel? Show them to us. And Daniel told the journalists, my story takes place in medieval Europe. Back then, the African Americans weren't allowed in the Schengen area. We didn't have planes, they couldn't get in here. And the journalists, they were livid. They were suffering the rebuttal of the arguments. Like, again, like, look at it. You're talking to this man and he's looking at you with frowny face. And I'm telling you, there were no black people in Europe. And the journalists were like, heresy! This cannot stand. Our woke ideology teaches us that Europe was the melting pot. It was always multicultural. There were always... What about the Muslims, Daniel? What about the Muslims? Like, didn't they come asking for refuge back then with the Ottoman Empire and the Huns and the Goths and the Ostrogoths? Where are they, Daniel? Where are they? And Daniel was like, not in my story. And the journalists were livid. And they did the only thing that they knew how to do, which is to blacklist. If they did not find black people in his video games, they found the black in the blacklist. Which, by the way, is a microaggression. If you're a coder at one of these game development companies, you're not allowed to use this term. It causes racismus, according to the academics. But then the community gathered around Daniel. We gathered around him and we were like, Daniel, you're the chosen one. You're... Like, we raised our hands towards him. We wanted to touch his face, touch his eyes, be like, Daniel, you will lead us to victory. Your game will usher in a new era. And it kind of did, like, it was a good game. Personally, not my favorite, because the way that he interpreted the relationship between the nobility and the peasantry, like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do, which... a peasant wouldn't get away with doing a noble. I made my claims at the time. I did an honest review. The combat wasn't really good. But like for a studio that, for me at least, came out of nowhere to release a game of that level of content and stuff, like, yeah, no, it was really good. I liked it. And so, the story of Vavra continues. We are now in the year of the Lord 2025, and unfortunately, this is a cultural shift. Huge cultural shift, because up until now, you had the journalists asking, where are the blacks? Where are the gays? Like, did you not get the checkbox? Did you not fill it out? Like, how dare you publish a game without the approval of the wise ones? The wise ones being the HR hags. But now... Seems that Donald Trump won the elections, complete cultural victory, cultural dominance, and the journalists, they don't have that much audience. Like, they only have, like, maybe 1-2 people reading their own garbage. Now the audience is with the YouTubers, the content creators. And so the content creators are pushing a little bit too much in the opposite direction. I said that it's normal. Like, look, you can't have a game where you lecture people about pronouns and don't expect a backlash. And when the backlash comes, it's going to be a lot more radical than you would expect. It's getting to the point where if you have a single gay person in the game, then the game will be labeled woke. Get that shit away, bring me the Chinese shit. Like, bring me China. China doesn't do that nonsense. Like, bring me China. Bring me South Korea, right? Japan, we're watching you. But like, right? Like that's the mentality right now. And so Daniel is in a predicament. He's in a pickle, right? Like he's releasing his game during this tumultuous times. And it turns out that there was a rumor that there is boot sex in the game. Homosexuality. Now, there are a couple of content creators on Twitter that are now spinning with the Christian car. Normally I would spin with the Christian car. I have spin with the Christian car in the past, but now it's filled with Karens. I don't really like the Christian car that much. I'm not criticizing. Like, if you don't want to ride with Karens, go ride with Karens. I'm in the entertainment car. Right? A different car. I don't like the woke car either. Like, the woke car is the journalist. You got the Christian car. And then you got the entertainment car. And unfortunately, you know, like with the Christian car, like they have to show that their car has a lot of performance, right? It's a good car. It's a decent car. And in order to show that, they have to point to the homosexuality in the game, right? Like, that is their content. And Daniel is afraid of the Christian car, it seems. And so, like, he was trying for quite a while. It's like, no, look, like, the game doesn't have boot sex in it. I mean, it does, but it's actually just a choice, bro. It's just a choice. Like, you don't have to do it. It's an RPG, right? My claim was that, well, Mass Effect, the trilogy, it came out before wokeness. It had boot sex in it. Dragon Age had boot sex in it. There's some Japanese games which insinuate the fact that you can aspire to be a boot sexer. And all of this happened before the woke, and so, like, for me, that wasn't the big issue. I'm in the entertainment car, right? I'm not in the Christian car, and so, like, the boot sexing, if it's optional, if it makes sense with the story, like, it doesn't trigger me as much, right? It doesn't cause my car to derail. But the fact that he did the most anti-Christian thing that I can think of, Vavra, no, he's guilty of it. Like, he has committed heresy. He has opened the gates of Gehenna. Like, he opened the gates of hell and brought the community managers from there and placed them in charge of Steam. Like, that is a sin. Like, that even my entertainment car can't function properly when it encounters the community managers from hell. But that's my take on why I dislike his approach to the situation. However, you know, like, he was trying to navigate as much as possible. It's like, okay, well, he's not going to get the Christian car on his side, but maybe he can get the entertainment car. And it's like, well, yeah, like, there is some boot sex, but only if you want it. And he seems to have managed the situation, and everything was good. But then, oh, what's this? Oh, from the rafters comes IGN betting with a steel chair. Look at it. Right? I mean, do I need to say anything? This is IGN's thumbnail. There is no fucking way they don't know what they were doing. There is absolutely no way that they're unaware of the controversy that Mr. Vavra finds himself in. And on top of that, they gave his game a 9. Like, a 9 for IGN is a score for an awful game. You need to look at it objectively. Like, what else got a 9? Oh, Dragon Age Velgard. Like, the good games, the ones that are entertaining, they usually get a 7 or a 5 from IGN. So if your game gets a 9, that is extremely concerning. I genuinely think that someone at IGN is trying to sabotage Mr. Vavra. Like, if I was the person from IGN that wrote this article, I would email Vavra with the subject, smiley face, and then the article. That's it. Like, nothing else needs to be said. He will understand. I pity his PR lady. Does he have a PR lady or does he do PR himself? I don't know. But Rev says Desu was his PR lady, wasn't he? Like, if you're unaware, he's a YouTuber with like 900,000 subscribers. Made a video trying to defend Vavra. And what does Vavra do? Doesn't watch his video, thinks he's being attacked. It's like, Vavra, not all content creators have it in for you. But if you're going to go after content creators, it's like going after journalists. We are the journalists now. Not me personally, but the Asmon goals, the Rev says this was the ones that are close to 1 million subscribers. Whether you like them or not, whether you think they're good or decent folk or not, the reality on the ground is they have 1 million subscribers, right? Like, this is a bigger audience than I think Kotaku ever had. And if you're going to start arguing and bitching to the journalists, well, they have more ink than you can scream. So, yeah, I find the PR shit show that he finds himself in difficult to navigate. I don't know what I would tell him if I was him. Like he doesn't seem to pick a car. Like, he doesn't seem to pick the entertainment car. He doesn't seem to pick the Christian car. He doesn't seem to pick the woke car. He's carless. Not good. Hopefully, his game will carry. I mean, if the game actually does have a very compelling story and interesting gameplay, then word of mouth will spread it. Like, rest assured, the Christians, the Christian car is already foaming at the mouth over video games like Nikkei and stuff, and they're very popular, so you don't have to worry about the Christian car that much. But you do have to deliver a product. So if you're confident on the product, you probably wouldn't be seen doing this much damage control, starting a hissy fight with Rev and other content creators on social media. Like, my take is that if your game is genuinely good, word of mouth will carry it, unless you know that the game isn't that strong and you're a little bit nervous. Are you sweating, Vavra? Are you sweating? You shouldn't be sweating. You should be confident on your product. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.